What's up, dude teachers? Jason Kennedy. Post a video every single no-show. They're always heartfelt, humorous, and hopefully helpful. Women, you're always welcome to the party. Today I wanted to post a little bit about my process in starting out and teaching online. A lot of people have told me personally that they are terrified of teaching online. And to be honest with you, I was a little scared too. There's something about the unknown when you start teaching of, okay, so I have to go through this interview process and I have to talk to these people on the other side of the computer screen and I don't know them and I really don't actually know what I'm doing. Yes, I have a college degree. Yes, I can speak English, but like, what is this teaching online thing? And all of a sudden you apply for a company and you get an interview and then you look and there's this platform and there's all these buttons and there's all this stuff to do and you're overwhelmed, and so you just bump the interview back and then you just bump the interview back, and then the moment you get to actually have your interview, you're just sick to your stomach. You have a lump in your throat. You just can't. You're like, I don't know if I can do this. And oftentimes, unfortunately, people don't. I know a bunch of friends that are just like, man, I don't know if I can do it. And even after they apply and even after they get hired, some of my friends, they won't actually teach because the thought of having another student on the other side of the screen is a little bit terrifying or overwhelming. And first and foremost, for those of you that out there that feel that way right now or are going through that process, I'm with you. I know exactly what you feel like. I might or might not have put off my interview for like a month just because the thought of it made me terrified. But after teaching now for a while, I'll tell you, it's not as scary as it is in your head. A lot of your fear is happening between your ears and not in reality. So my encouragement for you is, if this is something that you are even considering doing, chances are you'll probably be good at it. You just have to get over that initial awkwardness of learning how to teach online. And it is different. I've taught in the physical classroom for multiple years, and I've taught different groups and different things for a long time. But teaching into an empty room and into a screen can be a little bit intimidating. And so here's just a couple tips. These are my own personal tips of how to overcome your fear of applying, getting hired, and then teaching kids online. First is that you have to just do it. Yes, you have to force yourself. You have to set that interview. If nothing else, if you haven't set your interview yet and you've just been looking at these videos and just watching YouTube videos and psyching yourself out, pause this video right now, click over to that platform, whichever one it is, find an interview time and schedule it right now. I will wait. Okay, good. Now that you've forced yourself to actually do it. Now, how do you overcome the fear? Well, a couple things. One, obviously you absolutely want to be prepared. I don't share this often because it's embarrassing, but the first company that I interviewed with, I did not get hired, partly because I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue what it meant to teach online. So it's good to be prepared. You can be overly prepared. I mentioned this a minute ago, but you can kind of psych yourself out a little bit. I would look at a couple of YouTube videos, a couple demos. I have one for a couple different platforms if you want to check those out. And then I would actually have somebody help you. Going through that interview process alone can oftentimes be scary because you just don't know. And oftentimes we're afraid of the unknown, right? We just like, what should I expect? What should I do? You can find somebody. There's a bunch of us out there. You can click below my email address. You can shoot me an email. Just say, hey, I want to interview. I want to get hired. I want to do this thing, but I just need somebody to just hold my hand through it. And to be honest with you, that is a game changer. And the reason why I know that's because I've actually helped some people after I did it, and they were so much more prepared. They knew what they were supposed to do. I gave them all the tips and tricks, and they were able to do really well. They could go in very confident knowing what it was going to be like. And I just told them, this is exactly what it's going to be like. So if you're interested in that, click below. I will walk you through that process. The second thing is that you have to realize that if you can sit down and tutor somebody, if you can do that, if you have enough sort of social ability, energy, and availability to sit down and tutor someone, you can teach ESL online. That's basically what it is They are usually a younger child that wants to learn a language that you know. You don't need to be scared about interacting with them. They want to learn your language. You are a master of your language, hopefully. Of course, we always make mistakes, but for the most part. So if you can tutor somebody one-on-one, be an after-school big brother, big sister, whatever it is, if you can interact with a younger person on a consistent basis, one-on-one, two-on-one, whatever it is, you can teach ESL online. You can do it. I promise you. That's exactly what it feels like. The third thing is that the interviewers aren't actually that scary. Most interviewers you'll come across are also online ESL teachers. Usually most companies will have another teacher interview you, and they're people just like you, just like me. They're usually from your country or from a country that you could identify with. The questions that they ask you are not hard questions. They ask you a little bit about yourself and about your background and about your education. They're very nice. And then you teach for them. Now, they know you're new at this. They have a training process to teach you how to teach online. So they are not looking for perfection. You don't have to go into that interview and do everything perfectly and remember the right TPR. What is the TPR for Apple? I don't even know. Don't worry about that stuff. All you have to worry about is prepping as well as you can, doing a good job, and then taking their feedback. And oftentimes they'll give really good feedback, and write that feedback down. So don't be scared of the interview. Okay, the next thing is this, is that once you get hired, and you probably will if you do the steps that I said before, then it's actually not that scary to get students. It's actually more fun. The interview process is probably the most intimidating part because it's with a peer. It's with somebody about your age. There's nothing weirder than teaching somebody who is from your same nationality an ESL lesson. It's just awkward. They're looking at you. It's just an awkward moment. It will never be that awkward again. So your interview will be the most awkward, and to be honest with you, it's not that bad. And most of the people are very nice, and they're not looking to pick apart your demo. They're not looking to make you feel stupid. None of that happens. It really doesn't, trust me. And the last thing is this. The last thing is that if you're thinking about it and you have applied and you haven't done anything about it, my encouragement is it for you to face that fear and take that next step. You really can do it. It's really not as difficult as you might think. Okay? All right. I'm going to get back to teaching. See you next time.